What up, sexies? It's your boy Tacho here, and we're back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. So I hope y'all had a good Father's Day yesterday. At least over here in America, it was Father's Day yesterday. So I was hoping they would drop this a little bit earlier. I'm not a father, but I was busy hanging out with my father, you know. So I kind of wanted to go to bed a little early today, but once again, they just enjoy dropping these Datamines at the absolute last second that they possibly can. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this stuff. And I have just skimmed over some of the bits of info here, and honestly, this is one of the best Datamines that we've had in a while. There's some craziness to talk about here. So we're going to start, of course, with the units and their stat lines. And we're going to start with the big booby Mercedes over here, one of my favorite units on the banner. So Mercedes has got a 38 HP, 39 attack, 25 speed, 17 defense, and 38 res. And if we head over here to the homie Banpei-kun with the Datamine grab bag, if we go all the way down to unit stats, alright, so here is Mercedes. She's got a BST of 157, which is pretty good for a ranged cavalry unit. And then she's got super boons in attack and res, with super banes in HP and defense. Alright, so not too shabby. Definitely the attack and res super boon are going to come in handy for her, because those are her two highest stats. Unfortunately, you're not going to get much out of speed, defense, or health on her. So just keep her away from physical attacks, and she should be okay. Alright, next up we have over here Hilda, the duo hero with Marianne, cotton candy shipping basically. Alright, so they've got 39 HP, 37 attack, 40 speed, 20 defense, and 25 res. So let's take a look at their boons and banes. Alright, BST is 161, but they go up to 190 with the duo skill. That's going to be important if you want to go for a plus 10. You'll be able to run them in all the high scoring modes. And then they've got super boons in speed and res with a super bane in HP. Alright, pretty solid. I mean, the super boon in speed definitely going to help them out. This is actually a pretty strong unit to go for to get a copy of, because they have a very good support duo skill with the -7 attack and the no stat check isolation, which is the first of its kind, in a 3-column and 3-row radius as well, centered on them. So this is a really good support style of duo skill, and I've already seen a lot of people sleeping on it. I guess myself included yesterday on the, on the trailer video, where I said, okay, if they have duo's hindrance, it's not really going to matter too much. But I want to retract what I said yesterday, because on the first turn, isolation isn't really that helpful anymore when so many teams are just running odd recovery anyway. So really where the isolation is going to come in handy more so is on any turns after the first. And as long as you're able to get rid of their duo heroes or harmonic heroes by the time you're ready to actually use their duo skill, it's going to be really useful. So definitely don't sleep on their duo skill just because of duo's hindrance being a thing. I guarantee you this is still going to come in handy. And then they have Nudge as well, a new assist for healers that can inflict shove and healing. They also have a weapon effect where they can grant the breath effect to allies in 2 spaces. So, like, as a support unit, they're very valuable to go for if you want them, but at the same time, I would say it's not really like a must-have unit. So if you're interested in going for the skip, then be my guest. But if you want to go for them, also be my guest. It only sucks that there's no spark on the banner, so that's a little unfortunate. Alright, let's go. Oh, also, speaking of no spark, there's also no way to get that new currency, the coin thingamajigger. What's it called again? Oh my god, I can never remember what this thing is called. The thing where if you have 3 of them and you go ahead and cash them in to get a prize, you can get a Form of Soul. So that's not going to be on the banner. So for free-to-play players, I would say you probably do want to save your orbs. Okay, next up we have Ash here, and I am very happy with the way they handled Ash, because they did him some good justice. You would think that Ash would be a character that could end up getting the Casper treatment, I guess you could say. But they did do him some good justice here. So he's got 40 HP, 37 attack, 41 speed, 32 defense, and 18 res. And our boy Ash has got a 168 BST with a super boon in speed and then super banes in HP and res. Alright, so plus speed makes a lot of sense. Basically, going to make him a very fast lance brawler type. It's unfortunate that he didn't have -1 special trigger on his weapons, so he could be a really solid Gale Forcer. But he's going to be a really good stat ball if you want to like fight enemies that have any active buffs on themselves, because he can really lay on the stat swings easily with his weapon effect. So definitely don't sleep on Ash. Alright, next up we have the first demote here, or I guess the only demote here. I was going to almost count Leone as a demote, but she's a free prize unit, so that's not the case. Alright, so Casper's got 46 health, 41 attack, 36 speed, 30 defense, and 23 res. And Casper's got super boons in attack and res with super banes in defense. And he's got a 176 BST, which is awesome because with any of these super boons, he's going to jump up to the 180 bin. And that's basically as good as it gets for free to play. Especially if you don't have any dual force skills, which I'm sure most people probably don't unless they summon specifically to get them. So he's a pretty solid unit, really good attack for a free, or I shouldn't say free, but an easier to get unit at 4 stars. Got solid bulk, I guess not so much for res, but he does have a res super boon. So you could balance out his defenses a bit if you wanted to go for that. And even though he's not technically fast with 36 speed, it's not like his speed is a dump stat either. He's got pretty solid HP as well for infantry, so he definitely seems like a solid plus 10 option if you wanted to go for it. And if we take a look at his skills, at what levels he gets them, he gets Smite at 3-star, bonus doubler at 4-star, and then even attack wave at 5-star. So they did us a real solid here. Bonus doubler being 4-star summonable, that is incredible. Especially with Ashura coming out not so long ago. So with Ashura and bonus doubler, your units are really going to be able to make full advantage of this skill. And it's not like they can just inflict panic on you to stop it anymore. So very powerful stuff. Definitely a good pickup skill there. And last but not least, we have Leone over here, our free unit. And her being a cavalry bow unit is pretty awesome, because we haven't gotten one of these in a long time. I think Halloween Rolf was the last accessible one as free-to-play. So Leone's got 41 HP, 36 attack, 39 speed, 27 defense, and 19 res. And Leone's stats are 162 BST. And then she's got super boons in speed and defense with no super banes at all. Dude, they did her so good. Oh my god, she is like, I want to say she's almost like a must-have at plus 10. This is one of the Grail units you definitely want to build, just like Kid Innies, because there's no downsides to her. She has a better BST than Halloween Rolf by far, better stat distribution as well. Maybe her res is a little bad, but like, dude, look at this attack and speed combo. This is just about as good as it gets for a bow cavalry unit. There's not a single one in the game, not even like 5-star exclusive, that is as good as she is in terms of this stat line, especially with the speed super boon. So I'm honestly like stunned that this is a free-to-play unit with such a good stat line and all of this good stuff. Great movement type, great weapon type. You really can't go wrong. She'll make good use of player phase builds with Spendthrift Bow or like close foil, budding bow, whatever you want to do, she is going to be nuts. So definitely an awesome free-to-play unit. And her skills are going to be Sunflower Bow, which is basically just the axe that we got on Casper, except in bow form pretty much. So it's a ranged weapon with 12 might, but it has the exact same effect pretty much. And then she gets attack and speed push 3 at 4-star, and speed and defense link at 5-star. So again, this is really good because attack and speed push 3, even though by itself it's not the greatest skill in the world, it can lead to an easier skill inheritance where you're able to pick up attack and speed push 4 as well as something else that the unit may have came with. So for example, like Bernadetta, the cavalry bow one, you'd be able to get attack and speed push 4 and lull speed and defense. So just an example of how her assist, or how you can get some use out of this as fodder. She isn't the first unit to come with it though, because we had, I think it was Petrine who had this first. Okay, so that covers us for the new units. They're pretty strong, especially the 4 stars. I'm very impressed by them. And then the duo is a very strong unit as well for just support purposes. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our new Sacred Skills, or Sacred Seals up next. Alright, so we're getting Defense and Res Solo, and we're getting Attack and Defense Push. Alright, the push skills are pretty doo-doo as freaking Sacred Seals, because you're not really going to be able to use them more than once. Well, I guess if you have a healer on the team with odd recovery or even recovery or something. Or Mystic Boost in the B slot, because you wouldn't be able to seal it if you're running this instead. So, not too much value for this Sacred Seal, I don't think. Until they decide to let us level up seals to level 4, but for now this is not too great. And Defense and Res Solo actually is pretty solid. Not too shabby of a seal. Any of the solo skills are going to be very useful as Sacred Seals. Okay, so they mentioned this as well in one of the notifications, that they were going to change the description of how Kanto worked. Alright, is there anything else that we need to talk about? There are upcoming banners. I didn't really look too much into that. I think that's pretty much it for now, though. Yeah, seems about right. We're getting Frontline Phalanx to come back in 3 days on the 24th, aka Frontline Phalanx, because this mode is really wonky. I'm not really sure anyone enjoys it too much, but I guess it is what it is. And that's basically it. So let me know in the comment section down below definitely what you guys think of this Datamine. I'm very impressed again, like I said, with these 4-star units, especially Leone being a prize unit that you're definitely going to want to go for the plus 10 on. Always good to see that. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage on this Datamine. Once again, hope you guys also had a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I will catch you guys again on the flip side.